Wait, what did I just do? Oh, I switched. I don't know what I'm doing. It's stupid. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh. Yeah. I dust this channel off, man. I haven't done a live YouTube stream in forever. We can turn this music off now. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the music off here. I'm going to turn my desktop audio down. I'm going to put my Spotify on. I'm going to be listening to music, but I don't need y'all to be listening to music, and I don't need to get copywritten. So we'll do that. And we are going to... I'm going to play some Morgan Wallen. What's up, guys? If you're stumbling across this video on YouTube, I don't know how. Pojin in the chat. I didn't expect not one single person in chat for this, because I like thought about doing this like 2 hours ago. On the Ghost Energy, on the Welch's, yeah, I bought I got a couple. Orange Cream is my favorite, and I got a couple of those in the fridge, but I do like the Welch, dude. Ghost, they hardly miss. Okay, the cherry limeade's a banger. The electric limeade's a banger. The grape's a banger. The cran grape, banger. Orange Cream is the top one. It's number one for me. What else we got? The peach is not bad. The straw bango, all that's good. There's only one that I tried that I didn't like. It was like a blue something. I don't know if it was it wasn't blue raz, but it was like maybe like one of those sour whatever. I don't remember. I tried it once, didn't love it. What's up, Haz? The freak? Yo, I just figured YouTube would like suppress this channel. So when I click live at 12:20 a.m., no one would get it. But maybe when you open up the YouTube app, you'd see it and you'd be like, "Oh, is that Gun? What the freak? What year is this?" So I guess let me do a little catching up here. I did a little streaming last year. We did MLB grind. Grinded that really hard for a couple months, and then real life got shaky, and I was still supporting the website from behind the scenes, but baseball has always been hard to stream for, as far as a content creator goes, because there's very little interest in baseball, fantasy baseball at least, especially the second half of the summer. So I had to prioritize some stuff in life. You guys know I do wrestling, I do some other side hustles, stuff like that. But it's always my like passion in life is baseball. Well, this year I found a little site called Kalshi, and I was like, "Yo, I could just bet player props now. Like this is cool," because I always either had to do fantasy baseball or get my fix by doing like prize, parlaying it all. And then a couple months ago, I be in the old Run DFS OG Discord, and my boy Jake, my boy Cam, they were hyping up Kalshi, and I had heard about this prediction market stuff, but I didn't quite understand it. I just always assumed that it wasn't legal in Texas, and I found out it's legal. I don't know. Nobody knows how it's legal, but it's legal. So I've been dabbling in a lot of that this year. And Jake and Cam have been tugging at me. I've been thinking about it a lot, and in my real life, about a month ago, maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago, a lot of my real life side hustling was on the back of my Jeep Compass, and that sucker just died. I mean, mid drive, boom, done, dead. So that like really changed how I make money. Uh, so that gave me some extra time to sit at home, sit at my desk, research some baseball and brainstorm some stuff. And we talked a lot about how maybe there's some betting content out there and I got some friends that are doing a lot of good betting content, but the majority of the betting content that comes up on my timeline on Twitter and stuff like that is pretty toxic, pretty fake, pretty deceptive, and just not like it's just ill. And we talked about there's a void there. Now, do people want this void filled? I don't know. Am I saying I'm the guy that should fill it? I don't know. But I am saying I love researching baseball and talking baseball and having a reason to watch baseball. And I've really had a lot of fun playing on Kalshi in the last month. So the idea is to go live in the next tonight, couple days. See what the feedback is, right? See if you guys are still grinding DFS, if you are grinding player props, if you would grind player props or something like that, if there was like a cool community to do so, and to just kind of make decisions based off of that. All right, I don't want to make this grand announcement for a grand company or something like that, but I'm so down to do that. But just like last year, there's got to be a need and a want for it. So tonight, and maybe the next few streams that we do on this YouTube channel, it's going to be a lot about finding our identity as a community or research and what I'm going to do. Like, I'm pretty sure it's not going to stick as MLB grind, because we might open it back up to where we're covering more sports. Just a lot of out loud thinking right now. So, love to hear what you guys are thinking, what you guys have been up to. It's good to see everyone in chat right now at 12:20 in the morning. Maybe one of these days I can set this up for like an afternoon and people start showing up. And usually what it takes for YouTube to push me back is more consistency, more people engaging with the stream and whatnot. And yeah, shout out Jake. R.I.P. Kyle Busch. What's up, Seven? Hope you're doing all right. Maverick Convention Store finally put them on buy 10, not all at once, get one free. Oh, the Ghoster Elite? Yeah, right now, the Ghosts are 3 for $7.50 on my 7-Eleven rewards. That's pretty good. Also, at HEB, they're, I think they're $2 a can. I forget what the discount was, but it came out to $2 a can, so that was pretty good. How's the dog food hustle? I literally still have a lot of that going on. Matter of fact, in my house, I have a room that I haven't opened in a couple months, but in there's like dehydrators, air fryers, containers and stuff like that. But it is you got to go through a lot of hoops to commercially sell animal food, not just dog food in Texas. So haven't that stream in a while. You got 3 people at least. Yeah, and people still I got a lot of DMs on Twitter. And then it just wouldn't be fair to me to pop up today in the middle of end of May and be like, hey, everybody, buy my subscription. Haha, I'm back. And everybody's pretty much already made their investments for the year or whatever. So that's why I'm still trying to find the identity of whatever it is I'm doing and go with that. But hey, if you're watching on recap or the VOD or whatever, and you're like, I'm down for daily research tools and daily gun picks and private Discord, blah blah blah. Like, hit me up on Twitter, because I really want to know. Because if I could justify doing this, I'll do it. Because I freaking love it. Like, NBA was a lot, but I feel like, I don't know, player props, being able to do prop betting has opened up so much for me, like as far as having fun again. Because DFS got a little solved and a little saturated, and it's just a lot harder. But with the prediction market boom, it's a lot more fun for me. So yeah, hey, what you guys been up to? You guys still grinding DFS? You guys been doing more singular bet stuff like that? Is that Raj? Back in the betting streets. I was never in the betting streets. And I think you guys can go back to my old streams and know that I called the demise of DFS as soon as states started legalizing sports betting, and then the boom of Prize Picks and all that. So I'm I'm in the betting streets now, and it's been fun. DFS, yeah, DFS is really solved. I think that's the word I got to use for it. Like my boy Adam. Every time I'm opening up Twitter, he's won another tournament. I was like, man, Adam is just dominating right now. Um, I ain't got to worry about Adam when I'm betting for Brandon Lau 2 hits home RBIs. You know what I mean? No, DFS. I love DFS, but a lot of it was it's just solved, man. You just click simulate when stuff comes out, and boom. So I've had a lot of fun lately researching baseball again. Now I still got my old baseball spreadsheet. I've been updating it every day, and that's what we're gonna do in this stream. I'm gonna go game by game. I really just thought I'd be talking to myself for an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna jot down what I like from this far out, and then yeah. So basically, background noise if you guys are doing your own research. Just been out here losing 10,000 parlays, guys. You guys don't. Well, I guess Raj wouldn't. Raj might get it. So I. Let me see media. In the last month, ever since my Jeep broke down, I think the Jeep broke down. I was like, man, I could really use a lot of money right now. Check this out, Raj. A 15-leg parlay that I think it was like 2 Sundays ago. 15-leg parlay. Missed by one. Now, this ain't a home run parlay, because I would be, my body be floating in the river if it was, and I missed by one. And then, not long before that, a 12-leg parlay missed by one. So I've been just knocking on the door of a big lay hit, but that I mean, that just like has been it during this stretch of life. Is like I'm still good at this, and that's why betting all this stuff individually will hopefully be pretty fruitful. But I do like to throw it all together for the lays. My boy Cam tailed a single game parlay against the Marlins 2 days ago, and it was a plus 700 hit. So I still got it, guys. Humbly speaking, I still got it. So I'm not just like coming back for, hey, remember me, guys? Let's look at batting average. No, I still got it. I just haven't had time. Hopefully we have some time. To be clear, I may have said I like Kalshi. I didn't tout whatever those parlays he be doing. The Kalshi parlays, literally don't tell me on Kalshi parlays if you have access to literally any other sports book. I kind of get screwed at having to use them. I don't have to use them, but I like using them, right? Yeah. It's always one, right? Like that Guns N' Roses song, Knocking on Parlay Heaven's Door. Yeah. Yeah, it hurts when you miss one, right? If I'm going to miss a parlay, I'd rather just miss 7 of them. Anyway, let me do a little bit of typing while I'm doing a little bit of yapping. Raj, what have you been up to? I heard didn't they ban, what did they do? They banned something up there, right? DFS is banned, or I don't know. I haven't seen you pop up on my Instagram lately. For a while, man, you and your hot takes were taking over my feeds and inbox. Devontae Graham. Okay. All right, we're just not going to hate on the GOAT, Devontae. Dude, I will say this. In my last couple years of living real life, baseball is really the only sport I've stayed super connected with because it's just my passion as far as being a fan. So I haven't followed football and basketball as much. And It's crazy how much the league has changed. Like I was looking at some of the playoff rosters this year for NBA, and I'm just like, when did this happen? This guy's on that team. I feel like a dopey, right? But yeah. Like I kind of miss grinding back. The thing I miss most about the NBA grind every day was literally just streaming and having the homies in chat. You know what I mean? Like that's what made it fun, and I think that's kind of what that one night me and Jake were kind of spitting ideas off each other in chat. That's kind of the missing link for me as far as why I why I really like DFS. Because when I first started on this streaming on this channel, um, it was really because I wanted to talk about stuff with other people, and there was no other people, and there wasn't really a forum to do so. And it's kind of the same thing. I'd be seeing the dumbest, like I'll see these tweets on Twitter with the the slips or whatever, and there's like no rhyme or reason. There's no explanation, and then sometimes the explanation is just horrendous. Um, so I do miss a community of people that share the same passion, and I also think that um, in the sports betting space, when we're competing against the house or the prediction market, whatever, you could root for each other a little bit more. You know what I mean? For DFS, if somebody else won that night, that means I didn't. um, yeah. You got canceled for a joke you made live on air on YouTube. There was a good couple years where cancel culture was kind of going crazy. Yo, what are these crowns next to y'all's name? Is that just how much you've chatted? In the whatever. This generation was so sensitive. Kill Tony's bringing it back out. Hey, first game tomorrow, Astros and the Cubs, 2:20 p.m. Eastern. So Friday's gonna be a lot of night games, but old Chicago doing this random early game. Um, Looking like one of those cold, windy in games. This is probably not gonna be a game I have a ton of exposure to. Matter of fact, I know I won't. I think I saw a Kevin Roth tweet about home run suppression and similar conditions. Looking at both pitchers, as far as who I would target, um, I mean, Tyon has been serving them up to both sides of the plate. Last 2 years, over 2 home run per nine to righties. Like Jeremy Pena is my guy. There's not a lot of righties on the Astros I would go after. Pena just came back, um, but I don't even think I would target him here. I don't really play him for a lot of power. I like to play him for good on base, good leadoff spot. So him and Jordan are the two guys I look at when I do want to target the Astros. But honestly, this feels like a spot where I'm going to fade. More likely, I'll either be unconscious still or I'll be out grinding. So for me, there's probably nothing here for me. And neither pitcher's like in a spot where I want to go uh, attack them. Eric Getty looks like the luckiest pitcher that ever existed this year. 36 innings, a 1.5 ERA with a 4.93 expected ERA. Is there a greater disparity between those two numbers in the league right now for somebody with 30 plus innings? So that's pretty wild. Um, Looks like his home run per nine against righty, really both sides of the plate is where he's getting lucky. So his home run to fly ball ratio, or really his home run to fly ball percentage, must be like 4% or something. Like what is going on there? Uh, and this is just like completely unnecessary research. It's not going to impact anything that I write. 5% to righties, 0% to lefties. That seems sustainable. But like the other metrics, like right, like the fly ball rate, the hard contact rate, all that's not that different from last year. The barrel rate's down a little bit, but not enough that would justify that. So it looks like he's really lucky. Yo, Haz, you still making music, man? How's life out there? You were in the Carolinas, yeah? Let me open up the YouTube Studio Manager on my phone. So I don't think nothing from this game is anything I want to jot down for betting or co-signing a bet. View. I'm trying to find the stream on my phone. I can't find it. dashboard. His pull air rate is elite for hitters. Oh. Is he? Dude, I have way too many YouTube accounts, bro. I just opened whatever. Whatever. Um, but yeah, if this is gonna be a wind-in game, chilly temps, early game, I'm probably not there. As far as wanting to make bets the night before. All right, let me close that back out. So yeah, we just jot that down to jot that down. But what we do need to do is probably set up some picture projections while we're here. So let's do some overall input here. Arrogate, let's give him a 21%. Pretty even. 22, 24. Let's go 22. Let's go 22% K rate. And he's walking lefties at a good clip. So let's go 10% on the walk rate. And then for Tyon, we'll go. Let's go 19.5% on the K rate. I guess we could just do it even 20. And then for walks lefties a little bit more. Might just be 3 lefties. So let's go 6.5. So did we say 20? Yeah. 20. 6.5. And then what kind of outs are we working with for these two? Haven't been using in years, so I want to get back to it eventually. I've been in Florida for the last couple of years. You're moving to Texas? What part, dude? I've been all around Texas. I'm in I'm in Waco, Texas. Yo, you know what? I was walking through a Walmart a couple years ago, and one of the brothers that worked there started walking side by side with me, and he goes, "You be doing YouTube?" I was like, "Yeah." I mean, he knew what he recognized me from DFS. Now I get spotted all the time for pro wrestling. I never been spotted for DFS YouTube, so I thought that was kind of crazy. But I had already kind of like stopped. So 17.5 and 16.5. So shout out to the brother. All right, input that projection. Houston? Oh, okay. Houston's crazy. That 610 is wild. It's gonna be hot though. But I mean, if you're in Florida, you ready for it. I think Florida's a good comparable hot as fudge living situation to South Texas. All right, let's get into evening baseball. This will be more my speed for tomorrow. Oh, the other thing is I'm not on my main setup. So I'm operating off of one monitor right now, which is insane. So I literally have like a little split thing going on. But hopefully I won't be on this setup for too long. We're gonna see Guardians going to Citizens Bank, taking on the Phillies. Great pitching matchup here. And great pitching matchups are not fun for prop betting unless we're attacking strikeout props. But the Guardians aren't a team that I like to attack for strikeouts. Although they tend to love striking out when I want to stack them, huh? And then the Phillies are a team that I get stuck on a lot this year as far as backing. I love linking Trey, Schwarber, and Harper. I have had a couple really bad beats with them too, especially Schwarber and Harper, because they tend to draw a lot of walks. And in the hits plus runs plus RBIs market, those walks are like the zeros and double zeros on the roulette board, man. That's how they get you. You got any kids? Bro, my son turned 18 in November. I got any kids? I'm an old man, bro. I'm an old man. Not married, but maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll have some. I want more kids because I'm an old man, but I'm not over 40. I never mentally said I'm done having kids. But now that my son's 18 and he's out there, man, my boy's a little hoe. I see him on Instagram. I see him. It's like this boy about to make me a grandpa before I could have another kid. And that's gonna be one of those weird trailer park situations. I don't know. You lived in Brevard County, Florida for 20 plus years one time. First day it was 100 degrees in the woodlands. Yeah, 100-degree swamp weather sucks, but I mean it's 100 degrees plus in Texas for 30 days at a time every year. Low implied total for this game overall. Chris Sanchez has been amazing. 2.76 expected ERA, almost a 30% K rate. Like I said, Guardians not typically a team I go after as far as strikeouts. This projected lineup a sub 20% K rate against lefties since the beginning of last year. So I love like attacking obvious spots for juice. I would imagine his prop line is probably 6.5 just off the rip, right? Strikeouts 7 plus. Wow, man, he's been that good. He's minus 130 for 7 plus strikeouts. So yeah, lines. That's a lot. That's a lot of juice. Um, I feel like my projection is going to come in under, right, because of how low this K rate is. But that's one of those guys I'm not going to bet against it, and I really don't want to bet against the Guardians for a team that likes to put the ball in play. Guardians not very good, but yeah. Inversely, Gavin Williams 4.5 expected ERA. That expected ERA seems to be rising, but as far as like being a workhorse pitcher, he's got it, man. 30% K rate, 13% barrel rate's not what you want. Lefties is really your big concern with the Phillies, Schwarber, Harper, and Brandon Marsh. Incredible trio right there. He's striking out lefties at 31%, but almost a 1.7 home run per nine. So if you can make contact, you can go far. And I think Harper versus Schwarber in the overall K rate department against righties since the beginning of last year, Harper kind of wins that battle. Um, does he have some elite changeup or something, Gavin? Curveball, slider. Is that slider? Is that like one of those dive bombing sliders? Let's go to baseball savant. You take the under on that 7Ks. Again, some of these guys are just. I don't like to bet against talent. I'm still a little bit trepidatious on stuff like that. I'm looking for Gavin Williams, right? What's he doing against lefties? It's probably that front foot. What, front foot slider? If I had to guess on a curveball, sweeper. Oh, sweeper. So Fangraphs, I pulled that from Fangraphs is calling this a slider, but it's a sweeper. Yeah, he's got some good whiff numbers on all that. So sweeper and curveball generating a 30 and 41% whiff. So it's just really good. Really good. The slug is coming off that fastball. It's one of those you catch up to it or you catch it. Yeah, keep them honest. Um, what did Bryce pull up on the bomb detector? Schwarber and Bryce probably have a big number. Yep, 479. And Bryce 4.32. So Schwarber's pretty juiced. This ballpark tends to really hold up the bomb detector rating because of the home run to lefties ballpark factor, and then of course this home run number to lefties is going to look really good. So my fear is the almost 30% K rate, but if you're betting Schwarber for a home run, I'm not going to be the one to tell you no. So again, I kind of have another spot where I'm like Not sure. Not sure I want to go. Is there enough strikeouts in this Phillies lineup for me to run after with Gavin Williams? Probably not. So we got every team playing, I believe, today. So I'm gonna pick my battles and not go crazy with trying to force something out of this game. Yeah, Chris Sanchez has been a beast. Let's tighten up their projection. Man, dude, kind of like a frog in my throat. Let's go 28.5 and 8.5. And then for Chris Sanchez, let's go. This Guardians is one of those switch heavy lineups. But Quan DeLauder. Yo, DeLauder so far is reverse splits, but like he hits both sides just well. But that came in clutch for actually he don't hit righties well at all. That's kind of funny. 340 average since the beginning of last year against lefties. So 3 lefties, we'll tap into that a little bit. We'll go down. So let's go 30% and 4.5. Let's go find a out prop for the pitchers here. 18.5, 17. Let's go. Let's just put 18 on both. So essentially that's going to project both for a quality start. I'm going to imply Sanchez for the full 4 there. This is more for like DFS projections, but for prize pickers and stuff like that. And I'll go 3 on Gavin. Quality start points. So not pulling a bet out of the first 2 games. Now we're going to Cincinnati. I think we might be in business here. Cardinals. Cardinals have been a team I've been targeting the last couple days. In small spots. Funny enough, I actually was on Weatherholt and Burleson the other night for run hits RBIs or hits runs RBIs, and they both homered. So that makes you feel good. But then you're like, eh, I knew it, but I didn't really know it. I wasn't calling them for homers. But what I do like is taking teams that I see a little glimmer of hope offensively. For a while, that team for me was like the Giants, and then you put them in from a pitcher's park into a hitter's park, and that's what we're doing here at Busch Stadium to Great American. And guys that typically wouldn't get a ton of love become better plays. I do see a little bit of red involved in this game as far as potential rain. I'm not a weatherman. So we might look into that, but I'm really not going to exhaust too much effort into projecting rain the night before. But it does say 80% chance of precipitation. Most of the rain we've been seeing lately, people waited out. The Yankees waited real late last night. Cardinals come in with a 4.9 implied run total. So do the Reds. So both pitchers suck. Both offenses got a little bit we can get behind, and then both bullpens very beatable. Cardinals 4.43 bullpen ERA, and the Reds almost a 5 overall. This is not counting like yesterday. I don't think the Reds played yesterday. The Cardinals did. So assuming we have access to this game, and the rain doesn't taper our ability to bet it, I think we pull out some plays from this one. Chris Paddock, first and foremost. What do we want to pick on when we look at Chris Paddock's numbers? Well, it looks like lefties look really good against him. Last 3 years, almost a 5 aggregate xFIP to lefties. He's not striking lefties out at all. Has regressed each year, 16, 15, now down to 14.4% K rate to lefties, 300 plus average allowed, a 1.3 home run per 9 allowed. Ground ball rate is high for some reason than it has the last couple years. Less than so we're probably looking at half of that. So maybe that's a anomaly. Hard contact rate has dropped as well from the last 2 years, but everything else I still like, and the ballpark should not do him many favors here. So I'm still going to go after him there. And then he's also serving him up to righties as well. Barrel rate, 8.7%, very attackable. So we want to pick on him, assuming the weather holds up. Easily, J.J. Weatherholt and Alec Burleson, two guys that are going to be apples of my eye. Where do they stand in the bomb detector right now? As we're adding them in. Control F, Burleson. Really? Burleson's not as high as I thought it would be at 15%, and Weatherholt as well. But that might be their fault, not the pitcher's fault, right? 215 ISO, 192 ISO, so around 200 ISO. Home run. Is Great American really holding lefties like that? I feel like that's whatever. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and nominate these two for home runs, or excuse me, hits, runs, and RBIs. But we have to keep in mind the weather. So let's put them in here. Weatherholt, Alec Burleson. Ivan Herrera's pretty good too. Let's go. He's running over it. Here are, and I'm gonna go over 1.5. Over 1.5. I might throw Ivan Herrera in there just to do it, because Paddock sucks against lefties and is positive correlation to these two as well. And he allows a pretty high average in homer per night. So let's just do that. Let's just stack Cardinals. Again, with the pretense that we can do it. Now, I don't expect Kelsey to have any player prop lines yet. So we're going to go pull up the batter props here. Okay, Jake. All right. Jake with the gun joke of the first. He made the first gun joke before I did. Goodness gracious. All right, so it looks like everyone's going to be juiced already. Herrera's minus 164. Burleson's minus 175. Weatherholt's minus 147. I don't want to take all of them for 3. But that might be something we nominate for SGPs. Let's add a notes tab. What do you think? Notes. Like, they're not gonna have props, right? I think you're gonna want to hear this. Excuse me. Yeah, the one bad thing about Kelsey, I don't want to say the one bad thing, but you're not going to get night before player props for most of the game. Okay. Let's go notes. Let's put watch weather. Priced up on DK may be more of a SGP or parlay play. And then I'm trying to think, would I want action on the 3 hits, runs, RBIs? I think individually I probably would. A little plus money on all of them. Oh wait, not Sal Stewart. 130 for Yvonne. So I would say we chop that. I don't mind two individually. I would take all of them at minor plus money. I wouldn't expect all of them to hit, but individually I would take it. I like them all at 1.5. So maybe I'd lay them at 1.5, but individually take them at 2.5. So we'll do that. Chris Paddock, I would say he leans more towards being a contact pitcher currently, but 23% K rate. I guess 9.7% swinging strike rate. A guy like Jordan Walker should thrive if he has a couple of high OBP guys in front of him who could chop down these 30% K rates between him and Nolan Gorman. But I don't think that's something I want to attack this far out. Inversely, what kind of Reds do we want? Well, Ellie De La Cruz is the first guy we're looking at. He's got a good matchup as far as this year's stats goes. 45 innings of work right now. So that's more than enough sample size. High ground ball rate. Normally not great, but a speedster like Ellie, I kind of don't mind that. Get him on base. And then a high walk rate here. So a lot of things going well for Ellie here that might open up fantasy point opportunities if you want to target him on prize picks. I would imagine he's also at 3. Yeah, 161 for 2, plus 128 for 3. I don't mind that either. So let's add that to the bet sheet. L.A. Dela Cruz. Should I add a team? I don't know, a team column there. Let's go kind of the same thing, right? Over 1.5, over 2.5. Do the same thing here. The other thing is I wanted to look at catcher throwing. Ivan Herrera is -1 on the catcher above average metric. He has caught 0 people stealing. But they also could have what's his name? Pedro Pajes, who is pretty good, right? Boy, that's a big difference. 5th in catchers caught stealing above average. So I'd imagine that's where we're going with. Ivan as the DH. Something to keep an eye on. Hey, that little second coming of Yadi Molina over there. What are we looking at? Ellie's obvious. Who else might we want to pick on Kyle with? Kyle does a good job at neutralizing righties, and the righties on the Reds, other than Sal Stewart, really suck at the game of baseball. They're better than me, but you know what I mean. So it's hard to get behind any of these guys with any high levels of confidence. I think. I think I'm staying off of anyone that's not Ellie. Normally I'd stretch to like a Sal Stewart. And this average allowed is probably a little fake, right? The line drive rate's high, ground ball rate's low, hard contact's high, barrel rate's high. The home run per 9 is really low. That might be a product of Busch Stadium. What do y'all think? Let's put him in Great American. See what that might look like. What's up, Yeezy? 6 homers allowed this year. If he played every game in Cincy, he would allow 10. Hmm. That would match the high. So maybe there is something behind Sal Stewart there. So let's look at him a little bit more. I mean, the bond detector already does that for me. But I always like to look anyway. I'm a little nerd. Sal Stewart. He's up there. He's not crazy. 4.18 bomb rating, 17% probability. That's probably lower than what they give him, honestly. Like he's probably somewhere about 350, I guess. Maybe he's at 400. I don't know. Sally boy. He's at 338. So, yeah. Maybe there's something there for Sal. Let me look at some batted ball. Again, this is probably a waste of time, but this is just me having fun. 27% line drive rate to righties. Generally on the road. Actually, it goes down. Ground ball rate to fly ball rate. Pretty decent. So on the road, his homer per 9 to righties spikes over 1.3. xFIP is still respectable. A 231 BABIP, he's still a little bit lucky. So there's something there. I don't think we're getting a good deal on that price for homer for Sal, but I would say if you wanted to handcuff Ellie to somebody as far as like hits, runs, RBIs handcuff, Sal Stewart could make some sense. A decent chunk of ISO here. JJ Bleday, not bad either as far as just focusing straight up on ISO. I don't think I'm going to nominate either one of them for the sheet right now, but I would get it. If you guys want to extend or add him to a same game parlay. Obviously, the run total's there for the taking. And if the Reds score 5 runs, yeah, it's likely something to do with Ellie, but someone else is contributing. The Doe. Yeah, it's good to know that you guys are still night stalkers, night owls. Love that. We didn't do a pitcher projection here, did we? All right, let's go 17 and a half and 9. Chris Paddock. One thing the bomb detector does do is it'll adjust people's ratings based on the starting pitcher projections, particularly with the out projection we give them. So that's why it's important that I keep that out. Like a lot of that is for DFS projections, but it does help the bomb detector. Let's go 17.5 and 5. You gotta appreciate a bad pitcher that doesn't walk people. You know, at least he's out there throwing strikes. Something to be said. It's just go steal some innings. Let's go home. So it doesn't look like they have a board for that. It's probably because of the weather right now. So we'll keep an eye on that. We do have a orange thing. So just for a default, I'm gonna give them both. I think 15 is fair, just for now, and then we go from there. We go from there. All right, let's keep it moving. Main slate. Battle the AL East. Yankees have not been looking good since coming home. This little series against the Blue Jays wasn't great. And now we get the Rays. The I think they're first place after this abysmal stretch. The American League sucks, man. Have you guys seen how many teams with losing records are just running around? Which, like, I see a lot of people that are fans of teams in the American League, and they're really down on their team. And I'm like, man, the AL sucks, man. It's wide the freak open. So, if you're a lot of these teams that are somehow there, you know, the trade deadline comes. It don't take many moves to get yourself to the top of the AL. Now, with that being said, the National League, the Dodgers, they're just insane. So you're really just trying to put yourself in a position to, I don't know, maybe steal a World Series. But, like, if you just want that playoff thrill, no team is that far. Rays have a record over 500. Yankees are doomed. They might be. Garrett Cole's back. He has made a couple of minor league rehab starts. Nick Martinez on the bump for the Rays here. 3.7 run total for the Rays. That's really low, I gotta say. Garrett Cole is my guy. But this Yankees bullpen has not been great. And Garrett Cole, I mean, coming back, he's old. He's coming back again. And we've seen Garrett Cole bleed red, man. This is not Pete Garrett Cole. And it's like saying when Carlos Rodon came back. If he gets to where he needs to go, that's cool. But it's likely not going to be off the rip. So, I think what I'm saying is four runs as the away team in Yankee Stadium. I don't know. Great Monster in the red Dixie cup. Yo, Pojan, when do you sleep, bro? I feel like when I did day streams, you were always there as well. 5.15, 4.1 innings his last three starts. That last start, 6 Ks, 8 Ks to start before. Did give up, I mean, he got shellacked in that the Cinco de Mayo game. They also gave up 2 earnings, 4 hits. And Syracuse, dude, he had 6 hits and a walk, so he still had a crazy high whip. Just kind of got lucky. This is where I won't type this. I won't tell you that you should bet Rays 4+ runs. I won't tell you. But I will say it seems very, very. I mean, Chandler Simpson and Johnny DeLuca, man, you got some guys that can make some trouble. And you can get over you can get 4 runs for 51 cents, man. I just we're talking like 2 years, man, for Garrett Cole, right? Like that they really are putting some. See what we came out of the pen yesterday. Brent Hedrick, Camilo Doval, and Paul Blackburn. There's not even like someone in the Yankees bullpen right now that I'd be like, yeah, you gotta stay away from him. David Bednar freaking imploded the other night. I guess the Yankees can come out with a bunch of lefties and kind of, but I don't know. I was going to binge watch the Frontier series again. He threw 99.6. I mean, I want him to be back. I do. I just imagine Cole has the shortest leash. Like, if you got 5, no matter what his pitch count was, you'd probably yank him, right? I would. It just seems like this is a really. And I mean, there's a lot of green here. A lot of. There's like an aggregate 300 batting average for the projected 1 through 6. And then, like, if you get Chandler Simpson and DeLuca on the bases, it's like a self pity bet, man. Like, Rays over. Let's go Rays run total. Oh, let's just go Rays. I don't even know how. Bet run total over 3.5. We'll put 51 cents here. 1 unit. 86 pitches. Yeah, I think. I mean, I'd love to be wrong, but it just seems like you're bubble wrapping him for the postseason. Cam Slatler is your ace. Rodon's giving you a little bit of hope right now. If you can get Garrett Cole to be where he needs to be, you've been freaking pleasantly surprised with Ryan Weathers. You got to spice up this bullpen. I don't know if you're blowing your load here, but yeah. Um. All right. So I'll do that. That's just more like a hunch, right? Um. It's just a lot to expect out of Garrett Cole going against a like a good Rays team, right? Like they're not like AL standings 33 and 15. They're not like accidentally first place. Just looking at this year alone, right? Yo, Pojen, do you watch the Yellowstone's uh series? Now, Yellowstone, matter of fact, I think it was our boy Fish put me on Yellowstone, and quickly became my favorite show. Tampa, Tampa's sixth against righties in WRC plus. So I mean, I don't know, it's just like a lot of respect for Garrett Cole there. But I saw they had a couple spinoffs, and I haven't found time to start binge watching them. I did binge watch. We had a winter storm couple months ago, and I watched Landman. Thought that was interesting. Out for 4 weeks in May. Don't worry, take 8. All right, I don't know what to project out of Garrett Cole here, but for Nick Martinez, he's another one of those overperforming guys, right? We mentioned the difference between Arrigetti's ERA and expected ERA. Man, Nick Martinez is kind of up there too. Not quite as drastic as Arrigetti, but 1.51 ERA, 4.38 Sierra, 3.87 expected ERA. Not striking you out. It really like looking for redeeming qualities here. I guess elevated ground ball rate and low hard contact rate to lefties. That'll probably go a long way to trying to get outs here from Ben Rice and Cody Bellinger. So not running from Nick Martinez here. So if you guys have that feeling in your bad knee about some Yankees bats, go for it. A 1. OPS for Judge against righties since the beginning of last year. That's a little ridiculous. But the Nick Martinez home run per 9 to righties here looks like another bit of happenstance and potential luck. Would imagine maybe Tropicana has something to do with that. Let's close out on Coley here. Let's go. Actually, I don't need to look that up. You guys don't need me to look at Nick Martinez splits to play Aaron Judge, man. Play Aaron Judge if you want to. Let's do pitcher projections here. So let's do 16.5% K rate with a 4% walk rate. And then for Garrett Cole, I'll give him a 1 4 K rate. Like obviously he could go like if you guys wanted him to be 28, 30, go for it. I'm gonna go 1 4. And then walk rate, I'm gonna go 8. 8 might be a little high. He's a little bit of a perfectionist, but I just want to give them a baseline to go off of, and then kind of out 16 and a half, 15 and a half. So there's a little man, they juiced the coin flip right there, right? I'm just gonna go. I'll go 16 and a half, 15 and a half. I'll go 16 and a half, 15. Nick Martinez 15, 16 and a half. Yeah, Judge is on a little stretch. This is what's not fair about Judge versus Ohtani. Judge goes on a little stretch of strikeouts or hitless, and it's like front page news. Ohtani goes like a month without a homer. Nothing. Crickets. The double standard. It's not fair. The prequel of Great. Oh, 1880. Was it 1883? Love that show. I watched it. Was it 1928? I watched the first half, and then I don't know what happened. COVID, something happened where I didn't watch the second half, but I didn't like that one as much. But I do want to watch the spin-offs. I hated how rushed the last season was, but yeah. Okay. Slow Horses is good. Yeah, I wanna binge here. Okay, so I'm not. There's not really a prop I want to go after here. I I think this is. I tend to not go crazy with Yankee bets just from a fan perspective, right? I hate to sweat my own team or be mad. I think trying to be systematic and robotic about the Rays run total. Like I just think you don't even have to project him to win. Although theoretically you could, like if you really wanted to. So I think the Rays team total is about the only thing I'm kind of interested in by looking at this. And then with Coley, Yankee Stadium, and that bullpen. I mean, you take your pick here. Generally though, I do love playing Johnny DeLuca and Chandler Simpson. I love when those guys are in the lineup, just because their ability to get on and manufacture runs. And we have seen some defensive blunders. Looks at Jazz Chisholm. Looks at Anthony Volpe. Although Jose Caballero's back, so Volpe might be done. Because I think I saw they sent down Spencer Jones. So, uh, if you do have Volpe in the lineup for some reason over Caballero, definitely like the Rays. Caballero is so much better defensively. Slow Horses? I don't think I've even heard of Slow Horses. I want to check that out. Black Rabbit? Okay, you guys are just playing Mad Libs in chat right now. I don't know what's going on. There's a couple trying to take your place. All right, let's move on to the Pirates at the Blue Jays. Little interleague. Blue Jays coming back home. Blue Jays always have their World Series in May, says the guy who watched the Blue Jays playing the World Series in October. No, I swear the Blue Jays play the Yankees hard in the regular season, and then like it just like sets them on fire. Especially Vladdy. Vladdy freaking loves beating the Yankees, man. Come on, bro. Do that in October. Thinking, baby, honestly. I'm pretty sure I muted the desktop audio, but I do got music on in the old headset. I know I used to play like royalty-free music. But then I found out a lot of people listen to me ramble on 1.5 and 2x speeds, which is psychotic behavior. Maybe I should say that faster so they don't hear me say that. Psychotic behavior. But I bet that sounds really silly when I got music going. So I'm thinking maybe I'll let you guys play your own music while I ramble. And I have my music. Yeah. Unless it's like I don't know, let's say a daytime stream, but yeah. All right, Blue Jays and the Pirates here. Bubba Chandler taking on Kevin Gossman. Pirates, I think we just looked at them being on that top 5. Yeah, 4th in WRC plus against righties is like something we all drew up. That was a good World Series. 2x speed for every podcast. I don't really consume a lot of podcasts these days. The one that I do watch, but it takes me all week to watch it, is Kill Tony. Like when I'm driving around, when I stop for my like lunch, pretty much every day while I'm at lunch, I watch another 20 minutes of it, and then I'm usually done by the end of the week. But I did see like speed cuts of that. Chandler, 42 innings pitched this season, has not been as mediocre as last season. 3.6 expected ERA last year, 4.95 this year, 5.67 on the Sierra. The actual ERA has been tagging along. His K percentage has dropped 6%, and it looks like it's really dropped against lefties by almost 10%. So, do we care? Do we want to try to figure out why? Does it matter? Do we need that information to play Dalton Varsho? Like, I'm not going to play Jesus Sanchez, Valenzuela, Andres Jimenez. So there's something there, but I don't know that it matters enough on a full slate that we want to investigate. We don't want to pitch Bubba Chandler. We likely don't want to attack the Blue Jays with a Bubba Chandler strikeout prop. So, yeah. Varsho probably looks good in the bomb detector. His 290 ISO against righties since the beginning of last year versus Chandler's metrics this season. Isak Paredes is up there. Varsho didn't go too high. 4.32, that's not bad. 17% implied probability. Is there something specific? All right, let's do it. You mentioned it. I don't want to think about it for 5 days. What I was saying about the Pirates, I learned yesterday. Like, I was on it. Um, but Ashcraft is kind of good. And it's just like, it's, I'm not just going to say it sucks because, but he's on the same team as Paul Skeens, so what are you going to do? But Ashcraft kind of good. Kind of decent. Bubba needs a little help. Yeah. Under the Banner of Heaven, dude, you're naming a bunch of shows I've never even heard of. Am I that out of touch? So last year, Ashcraft was working that changeup for almost a 40% whiff against lefties. A pitch he used almost 37% of the time. This year, it's down to 30% usage, and the whiff rate's dropped to under 20. Spin rate looks better. The expected slug is actually has gone up. I guess I'll say under 400, whatever, but. Ashcraft legit, yeah. 30 batted ball events so far on the changeup. Last year, he only had 18. I don't know. Might take him a while, but how is Dalton Varsho against the changeup? Varsho crushes the changeup. And does Bubba throw the slider against lefties a lot? 9%. Looks like looks like a good Dalton Varsho spot. Pirates bullpen also beatable. So you can get around his 25% carry rate. All right. All right. Let's do it. Let's put Dalton Varsho in the mix. Let's go hits plus runs plus RBIs. Let's go over 1.5. Hopefully it's not something ridiculous. 2 things that you're gonna find out. Boba has a slider and a sweeper. Is he using it? I got it set up right. Oh, his slider and a sweeper. Oh. Last year he didn't have a sweeper, huh? Or they didn't great this reaper. He's not using it as much. 4% against lefties, slider 9%, so 13% aggregate if it's the same pitch. 1.2 expected slug against lefties with that. Earth to air. What up, Earth to air? My wrestling, I still do it. Right now, I'm the on-air general manager for a local wrestling company. Um, and then should get back in the squared circle. Actually, I don't want to ruin the surprise. Okay, brother, of our show. It looks like that's about 50 cents for two. I'll take that. I'll take it. I'm not gonna put the price because I'm sure Kalshi doesn't have it yet, but it's not super juiced like uh like the Cardinals game was. No, they don't have them. We're looking at strikeouts here. Bubba Chandler. I don't even know why I'm looking at Kalshi for that right now. That board's not developed yet. All right, so we'll go 1 unit on over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs for Dalton Varsho. What's up, Johnson? Hope you guys are doing all right. It's good to see everybody. Pirates, they strike out a lot. This projected lineup of 23% aggregate K percentage. I don't have big league sample on Valdez, but if he's just a replacement level player, then the system will calculate him as a 22% K rate. Horwitz and Nick Gonzalez, your low K guys, but you're not running from them. So we might get behind. I don't know if we want to run behind a K prop here for Gossman, but maybe. Let's put some pitching projections here. So for Chandler, I'm gonna give him a 20.5% K rate. Give him a little bit of juice from last year. He doesn't deserve it. We'll give it to him. This walk rate's atrocious. One thing I do like about this Dalton Varsho bet is he's not walking as much as his brethren here. So if he is batting third and Vladdy and George they could draw a walk, that'll help out his RBI potential, right? Um, so what do we even put for that? 13, 19. Is he going to sustain that 40 innings? Maybe. We're going to be a little bit modest here. I'm going to go 12. I'm going to give him a little bit of a regression discount, but he doesn't deserve it. Let's go 23 on Gossman's K rate. Let's go 4 on the walk rate. Then I should probably have 2 tabs here. What's in the box? You see a box? That's what Jodo said in the movie Seven. Ah. So minus 152 for 6Ks for Gossman, 7 plus is plus 135. Interesting. Who was it? Was it Dustin May yesterday? Went crazy with the strikeouts, and I was like, "Yo, this guy's not a strikeout pitcher anymore." And so if they're in swing mode and a little bit of jet lag for going through customs, maybe there's some fun to be had with that Gossman line. What's the out projection here? 17.5. So we're gonna give him 18. That's your implied quality start. We'll give Bubba 15. And if you wanted a bet here, I don't think anybody's going to be that enamored by taking the uh, Blue Jays money line. But sometimes you can get a not terrible deal on Blue Jays first 5. Sometimes. like 53 cents for first five. Yes. So if that's still there tomorrow, I mean, you sh- I said we learned the other day. I don't want to say we learned, but that it ties your snake eyes, right? But we like Dalton Varsho, so it positively correlates with our other bet, and we don't have to pay a full run price difference. So let's go Blue Jays first five. I don't even know how to write that, and then we'll go. What did we say it was? 50 cents. 53 cents. I'll take it. And that's 1 unit. So positively correlated. That's what we like to see. Oh, what's in a box? Was that a Danhausen joke? This guy. I respect it. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's go Mets and Marlins. Can you imagine my big old butt being rolled out in a box? They did that with Big Show one time. Was it Big Show? I think Chris Canyon came out the box. Do you really want to hurt me? Tobias. Uh, Little NL East action down there in Miami. Yuri Perez. We haven't really found any home run. I was thinking out. So again, we say what are the things we're doing here? Is trying to find the identity of this show, this content, if there's even a want for it. And I was thinking maybe an ode to the DFS days, but have a segment called the Quarter Arcade, where we're making quarter unit bets on like home runs and maybe like higher K prop stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I haven't really found a home run prop I want to get behind so far. But I feel like I'm not going to be the guy that's ever optimistic about a home run line, dude. Like that, you got to have patience to grind that market. Especially these people that are grinding that market with parlays, dude. I don't know how y'all do that. I just see that every day, and I'm just like, there's no way I'm taking a 240, 180 home run line. Like, what are we doing? But it's more fun for people, so I guess whatever. Tobias Myers against Yuri Perez. Yuri Perez, 52 innings of action so far, has seen some backstepping in terms of his expected ERA. Went from 3.25 last year to over 5 this year. His WHIP has gone up. You see his walk rate to both sides has increased, especially to left-handed hitters. He does have a high K rate to lefties. Looking at this Mets lineup, pretty lefty heavy, pretty half and half. Ben Soto, Beatty, Ewing, Melendez. Soto's your problem. Lately, it's been Soto, a little bit of spark out of Bo Bichette, but it's been the Soto show for a while. Perez does have a high home run per nine to righty so far. Last year in over 1, so high fly ball rate. Barrel rate's at 14%. That's pretty ridiculous. There might be a strikeout prop to get behind for him if it was like Jesus 5. I don't know. We'll do that calculation in a minute, but doesn't look like a game we're gonna have a lot of fun with as far as attacking props. So I'm not gonna spend too much time on it, man. It's the Mets, Marlins, and a pitcher's park, and both teams aren't that fun. I'm a little bit more Cinderella enamored by Xavier Edwards, Liam Hicks, and then Stowers, man. I think he homered twice yesterday. I swear he's one of we all these guys that are when we play them they turn into plumbers, and then when we don't play them they're Barry Bonds. I have guys that are like that for me. I also have guys that always come through for me. Jeremy Pena, Brendan Lau, those guys, man, if I put money on them, they're there. But yeah, a little bit of a tangent there. Let's just do our pitcher projections here, and then we'll move on. Um, maybe there's something, but I'm not running. Let's go 25. Let's go 5, and 11, and then let's go check out our outs. 16 and a half for Yuri. 16, I guess. Don't have one for Toby. Jesus. You like bomb, but also, yeah. That's where I'm at, Pojin. I think it's more than okay to do that, like chase those homers. But I always tell my boy C, he'll be like, "Yo, what do you think about this?" And I'm like, "Yo, what's that guy for 4 total bases? What's that guy for, 4 or for 3 hits, runs, RBIs? Something that would still get there with a little bit more of a fail safe." And the only reason I say this, like those guys that are less than plus 300, especially we see Judge and Otani at like plus 180. I'm not betting that, bro. There's the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Um, what am I doing? Oh, Tobias Myers. What's going on here? 29 innings, so he's. We got any Ella fellas in the chat? 16 games, 1 game started. Is this a bullpen game for the Mets? Last outing 1.1. Oh, we either got a bullpen game on our hands, or this is one of those placeholder pitchers that will change tomorrow. I don't think they've updated their bullpen from yesterday. Toby had a blown save on the 18th, so it's probably not something I'm going to spend too much time researching here. So Yuri Perez is the only curious click. What kind of strikeout numbers are we doing over here? They announce him as a starter. What the plan is, no idea. It looks like he's not that stretched out, so it's probably a bullpen game. I don't know who their long reliever. Sean Manaea is probably his backup guy. He pitched on Sunday, unless he pitched yesterday. I don't know. Mets scores. He did not pitch yesterday. So my 1:30 in the morning guess would be Sean Manaea or Tong getting called up. I feel like Manaea hasn't pitched in a week or since Sunday, so he should be ready. That's my guess. That's just my guess here. So if we did that, by the way, Jesus, there we go. If we turn the pitcher around, the Marlins suck against lefties. So more reason to fade this situation. Oh, what was that? I was gonna look at Yuri Perez's strikeout props. Also, why is this page night mode and this page not? Maybe it's because I'm not logged in. Strikeouts for Perez. 5.5. Am I 6+? Is that real life? Dude, he's he's juice on his 6+. Yo, Yuri's that guy. I don't know if there's any meat on the bone for me at that number, but I get it. Well, that's how that game goes. Let's go put Toby back in there. And then turn him back around. And then let's go do... let's just go put him for... Let's go put him at 1.2. Guardians, Mets, Red Sox, Braves, Rangers, Dodgers, D-backs, Whites. So you like that for a parlay? Nice. I haven't done money line parlays for team. I'm still like, I love player props just because we've spent all these years researching player matchups for DFS, which is why I've made this transition pretty seamlessly. But have been on some. I feel like I prefer first 5 bets versus bullpen getting involved, but there's also an edge in understanding who's likely to come in and out of the bullpen. Like one of the things I like doing a lot right now is messing with the Fangraph simulator and tweaking the available bullpen arms. It's not stressed out to start, so figure he capped around 35, 2 innings. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So there's not much here for me. I'm going to keep it moving. And we're going to talk about the Twins and the Red Sox, dude. A lot of low run totals so far. Even out in Fenway. You can be my 4-leaf clover, starting over. And also, I feel like we've been talking about a lot of lefties. Maybe I'm just an idiot. I think I'm an idiot because I don't think we've been talking about any lefties until the last game. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Yo, I had this thought while I was driving. Some of you guys know I do a lot of Fortnite. I even make like Fortnite content, and I've kind of, you'd be surprised some of the names as far as the Fortnite world that I've dabbled with. And I was like, man, looking at the content for the betting space, there's a big lack of creativity. And you guys know the burnt peanut. I was like, man, what if somebody did that for the betting space? Like that way you could have more fun with the promos, like cutting promos on guys that ruin your parlay, and you know it's not like the fat guy's being serious. Like it's a cartoon raging. I was like, I feel like there's possibly a space, but then I'm also like, I just might not be in touch with the average betting content consumer. But then I don't know, some of the stuff I've been seeing out of the Dub Club subscribers, I feel like maybe I'm overestimating. Uh, Good pitching matchup here. 60 degrees out there in Fenway. It's probably not going to be a lot that we want to attack here. Usually when I go after the Twins, you're looking at Byron Buxton. Peyton's been pretty good against righties, almost a 30% K rate. Kind of reverse splits, and he might not see any lefties in this lineup. So, inversely, a little bit of a home run problem here out of Prelip, but no warm and fuzzies on just about anybody here. So, one thing that might stick out to me is this 30% K rate against righties for Peyton, and he might get all righties. Do we get a strikeout prop? Is that 6? That's probably pretty similar with, I don't know, let's do a pitcher projection here. So for this side, we're going to go, this is honestly 2 lefties. So we're going to go about a 20, let's go 24 and 8.8. And then on this side, I might just straight up honor, let's go 28% on the K rate. They might shock us. But no, let's go 28 and walk rate 7.5. And then let's go check out our out props. 15. What is the story with Trevor? With Peyton? Totally. I almost accidentally logged into my electric. Eight innings, 7 innings, and two of his last three. But it's all been like 80 pitches. Greg Maddux over here. Went 93 in the first game, and then everything else has been a little light. Is that just a coincidence? Like, I think, like, all right, 7 innings, we got it. 8 innings, we got it. So, if from this far out we're tapping in to this elite line over here, a lot of fly balls, a little bit of a problem. Hard contact, it's not the worst. The barrel rate, it's respectable, but the K rate, we kind of like. I feel like there might be something there, and out over. Like, I don't think Kalshi doesn't offer outs, but like if you guys do have it at 15, I could see that. And then, so like I emulated the out prop from the Vegas line, and it gave me 5.5 Ks. But if I go off my hunch of 6 innings, we get to over 6 pretty quickly. And if we go to like 6 and change, we get pretty close to 7. So this might be one of those. Remember, we were talking about the quarter arcade. This might be a quarter arcade play. Say Larry talk. um. So I probably don't write that on the sheet because I can't bet it. I don't want to recommend something I can't literally bet. At least unless I don't know. Maybe I can on Prize Picks. Well, I will think about it. Okay, let me Peyton totally. And then for his strikeout prop. That's a pretty big gap there. $0.51 for over 5.5. Didn't we just say it was 6, or am I tripping? Oh, I don't even think we looked at it. I was just looking at outs, huh? Yeah. Dude, there's some value right there, huh? Oh no, I guess it's the same bet. I'm stupid. Um, minus 114 for 6 plus, so that's the same as over 5.5. So let's go strikeout. Let's go over 5.5. And this is more of a hunch based. If they roll out all righties, a couple years ago, a similar thing happened with I want to say like an Orioles pitcher. No, it was the Orioles against the Royals, I think. It wasn't Bubich, I don't think. Was there another lefty on the Orioles a couple years ago? Maybe it was Bubich, where he was like smoking righties at a higher clip, and then the Orioles loaded up on righties, and he just went nuts. I think that was last year or the year before. It could be one of those situations. So I'll take Over 5.5 for 51 cents. We'll go 1 unit. And then might be some quarter arcade action here. If we do think that we've seen them go 7 and 8. So if we tweak the pitcher projection to, let's say 7 innings. I mean, even 6 innings gives me 6.4. But if we got 7 innings, that goes to 7.5 Ks. So I might be at 7 Ks would be at 32 cents. 8 Ks would be at 18. I'd probably maybe quarter arcade 7 Ks. So let's do same thing. I don't love that like his pitch count isn't been great, but that doesn't look like his fault. It looks like he's just been really efficient. Maybe we'll double check the bullpen to see if there is a 32 cents. And we'll go quarter unit. Quarter arcade. What's up, Chevy? Oh, Cole Reagan's. Yeah, that's right. So we'll go quarter unit on over 6.5. And we'll put a note based on reverse splits and night before all righty lineup. I guess if we're doing that, we should probably look at the pitch report here. A lot of fastballs. God dang, dude. He's just doing all this with fastball, 96 mile an hour. What's his strikeout pitch, man? He's throwing fastballs, getting 0-2, and then what? Curveball's pretty nasty, huh? 46% whiff rate. So 14 mile an hour difference between the fastball and curveball. That'll do it. Fresh bullpen. That's a little scary. That's a little scary. I'm up to no good again. Dude, is he a little lucky with this strikeout number? I mean, he had a 27% carry rate last year against righties. It feels a little high. Now that I'm looking at. How did he have that with a 10% call strike last year? So we're saying 27, maybe 28% called plus swinging strike. I feel like a 30% should be a 30%. All right, this is the part where we overthink things instead of just bet. Bet. Because his whiff's actually gone down outside of the curveball overall. Like last year, he had a 30% whiff on the four seamer, which was half a mile average faster. Cutter was 13% higher on the whiff. The changeup, he went from 8% usage to 5%. It just seems like, I don't know. Spin rate's down on the fastball. And the curveball. All right. I'll leave it where it's at as far as those bets go. But looking at what I'm looking at, I feel like might be a little lucky. We're talking about the Braves, Tampa, Detroit, Toronto, and New York. Let's see what kind of strength of schedule we've been working with right there. His Ks aren't consistent, but in spike games. What, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's just Detroit. I mean, it wasn't like a ton of high K against lefty teams. I don't know. Those numbers, it looked like the results were a little lucky, but I mean, this is 2 years of 27%. So I'm gonna stick with that. We're gonna wait for the lineup. But I did just kind of walk in a circle for the last 20 minutes, so my bad. All right, next game. Ah, yes, we're back to rambling about baseball for 2 hours and accomplishing nothing. Oh my God, Bryce Elder is like my arch nemesis. A couple years ago, I don't know if you guys remember this, but I believe it was Alex Cobb. I think he was on the Angels at the time. And like all of his underlying metrics were like, he's gonna die. He sucks. You should pick on him. So every 5 days, I was out there full stacking against Alex Cobb, and that son of a gun was just like farting horseshoe fragments. I feel like Bryce Elder's that guy for me in the last year. Ronald Acuna. Yo, Acuna left the game today, right? Is he all right? Or am I just making that up? That seems right. We do have a little red notey here, so there might be some rain involved. But Braves going back to the house after a stretch against the Marlins of Miami. 3.8 run total for the Nationals, a 5.5 for the Braves. 53% chance of precipitation. So let's do a light orange. Left with a thumb injury. Dang. Dude, Acuna, man. Pretty rough. Miles Michaelis on the bump for the Nationals. Nationals are a team I love going after because their bullpen sucks and a lot of their starters ain't it. And Miles Michaelis is a guy that's going to let you put the ball in play. Now, he does have an elevated ground ball rate, but he also serves them up, man. 5.35 expected ERA this season, 1.49 on the whip. Just not missing bats, high barrel rate. This is a guy that is going to make your defense do some work, and the Braves have been a really good team. Michael Harris might be the best player that I didn't know about. I knew Michael Harris is, but I'm saying in the past couple days I've been researching a lot about Michael Harris, and brother is putting together a season, man. And I think he homered twice yesterday. And I was like, yo, what's Michael Harris doing? And it's been fascinating. And Cam talked about how he doesn't take walks. And as a common hits plus runs plus RBI better, I kind of like a 300 plus batting average guy that doesn't take walks, right? Because I'm not betting on walks. This season, a 321 average against righties, 6 bombs. I mean, he's just doing it. He's just doing it. Um, Small note. I don't know if you guys can see this little thing right here in the top left. Google Sheets recently changed their icon, so now it's that. And looking at all my hundreds of tabs, I'm not used to clicking that yet. Queen was already lobbying to be a lineup Friday. Okay. Um. So I guess what I'm getting at is Michael Harris is somebody I would like to play today, and if he's in a Acuna Olsen Oreo, I'm even more likely to play him. But the Braves have been one of my favorite teams to go out there again. Again, a little bit of weather here. We got to watch the weather. But this 5.5 run total, I bet, comes with the price tag. So let's go to the Braves of Atlanta. That are not listed yet. All right, how bad is the Atlanta weather? Atlanta weather. Let me refresh. Show 'em a gun. Guys, I'm not on my good computer. My old computer is a little bit slower. I don't think there's a board for the Braves right now. It might be weathered, but it also just might be Acuna. Also, it just looks like there's some missing. All right. Well, that's fine. I expect the Braves to kind of be minus 160 or well, minus one probably between 130 and 140 for some of these props that we're looking for. See if there's anything over here. They don't have player props yet either. Could just be way too early. But okay, so we know what we want to target though. I want a little bit of Michael Harris. I want a little bit of Matt Olson. Acuna's big maybe here. I wouldn't leave him out. It makes a lot of sense. I guess the other thing with the Nationals bullpen, 60+% of rain for the entire night. Okay. That also might have something to do with it. Okay, so let's heighten this up a little bit. Let's go circle back for weather. I don't want to spend too much time here, so we'll do. If this game opens up, Acuna, Harris, Olsen, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I don't think I'm gonna put it on the sheet right now. We want to see what the weather's looking like. And then Bryce Elder. Probably gonna leave that alone for now. If you guys want to play James Wood, play James Wood. Yeah, let's skip the pitcher projection here. Dang, dude, I really be rambling. Orioles. Look like some rain in Baltimore as well. Dude, there's a lot of games left, and I'm just rambling. All right, let's go Tigers and Orioles. Did Roth already put like a preliminary like overall weather thing for this? Baltimore, Atlanta seem pretty close. Dude, freaking Dylan Dingler, dude. I had a little write up on that game, and I was like, yeah, I can get behind. And then I was like, nah, I'm just fading that game. And then he freaking homered. It's like, man, you could have made me look smart, bro. But that was really on my. That was me for not. Well, whatever, dude. Orioles doesn't have thoughts with the forecaster there. Okay. Well, let's go look at that then. You talking about on Twitter or are you a sub? Orioles look even worse. Son of a. Kevin Roth. I just wanna be her so bad. Oh yeah, I see. Oh, that's different. Okay. Well, then we probably won't spend too much time on this one either. Huh. We'll just update it for the spreadsheet. By the way, anybody lurking, just pop it in. Haven't said anything in chat yet. And you want to add the spreadsheet to your daily research. Not sure what we're going to do here. Now, I have already on Twitter offered people access to the MLB Grind Discord and spreadsheet. And I have been updating the spreadsheet every day. So I guess that offer's still out there. So if this is something you're interested in, DM me on Twitter. I forget what we said it was going to be like for a month, but like there's an idea here to be more than MLB Grind again. But I got to see where you guys are at. I got to see what how realistic all this is going to be and will it make sense for me. So again, if that's something you guys want to be a part of, let me know on Twitter. But in the meantime, for sure, the access to I'm doing this every day for my own research purposes. Might as well open it up. So if this is something that you guys want to add to your research process, hit me up on Twitter. I don't want to lie and say what the price, because somebody did pay for their membership. And I don't want to say the wrong price. Be like, this guy be like, yo, I paid this and you said that. I feel like I might have had it in the other Discord. Let's see what it is. Oh, okay, I see it. I see that. Oh, Jake, nice. Let me open this over here. Yeah, I gotta tab this. I didn't even know that. I just always check his Twitter. Okay. So we were doing, and this was on April 6th. The month pass at 60. The full season at 300. I don't know. We might have to make like a founders package just to see what kind of interest there is. And if we did that, then I would probably have to commit to basketball and football, which I'm cool with because I like the props. Okay, looking at Baltimore. How do we read this? So hit me up on Twitter if you want it. $60 a month for the spreadsheet, and then like the tabs with my daily bets, and of course the Discord. Little rain there, 76% chance of precipitation, and it says a lot of rain. So it looks like there's a good chance this game might get called in the afternoon. I'm gonna have to bookmark that. That's a good tab, Jake. Appreciate that. So I'm not even gonna spend time looking at it then. I'm gonna save some time somewhere, yeah. All right, Mariners and the Royals next up. We haven't had like a ton of postponements this year, yeah. There's been some for sure. Also, Patrick Wisdom still in the league. Look at that. Look at the big Pat Wiz. Oh, by the way, my Twitter handle is just Gundacker, which I think is in the title of this channel. I swear, going live tonight was a impulse decision. I was out driving and it was just dead, and it's raining, and I was like, I'm gonna go home and research some baseball for the big Friday night slate. And I was like, I wonder if this old computer, because this is the computer I used to stream on, but after moving on from grinding YouTube streams all the time, I started streaming on Twitch a lot, and I bought a gaming computer. So I didn't really like think about this computer still being able to stream. So I didn't really have a graphic package, anything. So based on like the short-term feedback here, we'll maybe build out what we're working on, and the streams will be a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. But yeah, Mariners and the Royals. Logan Gilbert taking on Noah Cameron. 4.3 run total for the Mariners. Royals 3.8. Kaufman made some adjustments, and then sometimes you can catch a decent temp game here to attack for some offense. But Logan Gilbert, not somebody I'm trusting to attack just yet. Does have a 4.18 expected ERA this season, 56 innings of work. Like the swing and strike rate is down from what we know him to be, but 13% still isn't like horrible. It's actually kind of good. So you might get some positive regression on the strikeout to righties, dropping from 33 to 18.7 this year. So it's just not a guy I want to go out there and pick on. Inversely, Noah Cameron, contact profiling, pitch, words. What even are words? Oh my God. A guy that lets you put the ball in play. But and the Royals bullpen also something that you can attack. Now, Mariners, I mentioned this with the Cardinals earlier. I kind of like this offense generally in more favorable hitting positions as far as park factors go. But this projected lineup is like, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? It's a lot of run-of-the-mill replacement level, and then like guys that used to be kind of crazy. Like Mitch Garver against lefties used to be a lock, right? So who I tend to lean on the most for Seattle is J-Rod, Randy Arozarena, and Josh Naylor. J-Rod and Arozarena, I guess I could still get there, especially against a contact pitcher that's going to let you put the ball in play. Maybe steal a couple singles here. But that's kind of it. Like, those are the two that I'm at. Naylor against lefties, 272 average, not hitting for a lot of pop. Doesn't draw a lot of walks, so he's going to put the ball in play, give you a chip and a chair shot. And then a Rosarena, I believe, I'm going to say he's somebody I also like for a little bit of sneaky speed, right? Swipe a bag and be put in scoring position. That's where I'm at. I don't think I have enough conviction right now that I want to add them to the list, but I kind of do. Road team, 2-hole. 266 ISO. Oh, man. I think I want to do it. I think I'm going to add J-Rod. I'll have to think about Rosarena. Let's do J-Rod. Has this park been better to MLB Park Factors 2026? I changed my mind. I didn't quite know how we were going to adjust with their adjustments. I didn't expect Kaufman to all of a sudden be a hitter's paradise. And it's not. It's still bottom 6 so far. Now, this also, they got Bobby Witt. And then the other big swingers, Pascatino, Caglione, like those are lefties. So, but they're still bottom 6 in homers to both sides of the plate. So, I think I'll stick with a little J-Rod. I'll do J-Rod. I'll do J-Rod. 1.5. I don't know what he's gonna be priced at, but we'll go unit. 1 unit. This is a much different board than I usually have, dude. Tag me in the MLB Grind Discord. Okay. Oh, yeah, I got that open. Appreciate that, Jake. I didn't even know about this right here. I need it to be bookmarked. Let's see. I gotta get my second monitor back up and running. I'm staring at it, but it's just this computer is not set up for two monitors. It's a really good site. Shout out to Kevin Roth for that. All right, we'll do that. Uh, I'm a skip doing the picture projection right there. I want to save some time. I'm on a full on ramble mode tonight. Let's move on to the Dodgers and the Brewers. Oh my God, Robleski, dude. Speaking of Alex Cobb and Bryce Elder type metrics for me to tilt my face off every 5 days. Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Robleski. Oh my God. At least I'm probably not gonna be that in love with him here. Hyun Kim. There we go. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. 13% K rate, 4.92 Sierra, 3.91 expected ERA. Horseshoe just up there, bro. Brother is tasting metal. What are we doing? Uh, Justin sustainable metrics. That's what they call him, yeah. Sustainable metric Justin, man. It's just who he is. There's some pitchers like back in the day. It'd be like some heavy fly ball guys, like what was his name? Marco Estrada, Blue Jay. There's a name, or guys like that. It was just like, okay, 4 years in a row, there's 60% fly ball rate. It holds. Whatever. It's just Robleski, you're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy, pal. Something's got to change or give. But for now, his 13% K rate is playing in the major leagues. His 7% swinging strike rate is playing in the major leagues. His reverse splitted shit. Whatever, dude. Jackson Churio screaming at me. And I'm looking at Jackson and I'm like, hey dude, I'm looking at you, you're looking at me. Make this dude pay for what he's done. Make him pay. Churio, since coming back, has been pretty good as far as his metrics, especially as like his hard hit metrics. So swinging the bat with a purpose. If you look at his average exit velo, I don't know if it could be qualified yet, but I mean almost a 500 expected slug, 93.2 mile an hour average exit velocity, almost 18% barrel rate, 51% hard contact rate. You'll take that. And yeah, you put that against the 93 mile an hour fastball, I'm kind of there. So you give me leadoff Jackson Churio. Maybe I'm out for blood here. But god dang it, Jackson Churio, we're doing this. And that's it. I'm not gonna full stack the Brewers here. But come on. Give me a leadoff knock and get driven in. Also, William Contreras, I don't mind. I'm actually a little bit surprised at how damp his numbers against lefties are since the beginning of last year. But you turn him around, and he's fine. But yeah, give me Churio there. I'm not gonna go crazy. If you believe in these left reverse splits for Robleski, I tend to not like go crazy with that. But I mean, I don't know. Two-Ring doesn't have a lot of ISO against lefties, but he does hit for good average. Gary Sanchez, don't even look at me like that, Gary. We're not talking yet, okay? We're not okay. But I mean, you could individually justify all the Brewers. I'm not expecting them to drop 20 here on the Dodgers' face, but teams play up for the Dodgers. It's Friday night. This game is circled. Logan Henderson, 32% K rate here. He's kind of a Ashcraft situation where Logan Henderson's pretty doggone good, but he's not Paul Skeens. He's not Jacob Mizorowski. And also, is he like long? There's nothing I want out of Logan Henderson here. Um, and the Dodgers are just like, if you feel like stacking the Dodgers and Miller Park, go for it. I'm just gonna take Jackson Churio and I'm gonna run. I'm gonna hope for maximum at bats, and he's gonna sneak on. He's fast. Be aggressive. Let's go. Give me a Churio. His slider is more or less his only other pitch. Yeah, fastball slider combo. How's Churio do against sliders? I guess it's a little different against lefties, but he does just fine. Mhm. Mhm. Give me Jackson Churio. Where does Churio come in at his bomb detector? Brandon Lau. Oh, he's way down there. What the freak? Why didn't Brandon Lau pop so much? Oh, he didn't. I was just scrolled down. Oh, he's up there. 4.53 on the bomb detector. Lau against Gossman. 278 ISO against righties. Gossman against lefties. Fly ball, hard contact. An interesting one that I am not gonna click. All right. Got our Rangers. Man, we went to 9:38 p.m. real quick. Rangers and the Angels. This is like such a. This is an ace day, right? But there's a lot of good pitchers today. Oh my God, Jacob DeGrom might have 12 strikeouts today. No, I'm thinking out loud. I don't. I feel like I've seen hitting coaches get fired for less. But it feels like every time I look up, another pitcher has like a season high or career high strikeouts against the Angels this year. And Jacob DeGrom, kind of good. And the Rangers kind of bad. If this is just me speaking, if I was the general manager of the Rangers, I would probably trade Jacob DeGrom for like Anthony Volpe. You know what I mean? Somebody like that. Get something in return. And since Anthony Volpe's like a shortstop, I'd probably throw in Corey Seager too. That's just what I would do. JT Ginn almost had a no hitter. That's what I'm saying, bro. Look at these K rates, bro. Like, we gotta have some fun with a DeGrom ladder today, huh? Look at, I mean, they gotta be number one in K rates to righties, right? They just gotta be number one in K rates. You would think they are. Split versus righties. Number one. And DeGrom has just been shoving, bro. His line's probably already like 7, 8 strikeouts. Dude, the brother has a 40% whiff on over on 3 pitches, and his fastball's 97. I think he's just a shame how injured he's been. Like, this isn't a Strasburg level of injured career, but this guy could have been the greatest of all time. Anyway, dude, 562 expected slug on a fastball. What are we doing? Anyway, so He's gonna strike out a lot of Angels today. Let's go see what that line is. Dude, it's got to be 7 already. 8. Okay. Well, no fun for us. 51 cents. What's for 6.5? 67. I mean, yikes. 10 strikeouts. 5-1. That could be fun. What can we bet here, man? All right, Grayson Rodriguez. It's not enough sample here to get behind. Um, how is he doing in the minors? That's another yo. I also feel like the Angels like take chances on pitchers that other teams give up on a lot too. Didn't they? Wasn't it the Angels that signed Lincecum? I feel like it was. 3.2, 4.25. Not fair that it was the Dodgers, I guess. We can give them a little credit. $11 Ks. What is ONT Ontario? Quakes. They're what, dude? This is a pitchergami line right here. 4.2 innings, 7 hits, 2 walks, 11 strikeouts. What? So the thought I'm having right now is is Vegas I was gonna say, did they price Grayson for not great? But they start him off at basically we're sitting at 6 Ks now, and that's enough respect that they're not we're not outthinking them. I was basically thinking like, did the Dodgers rough him up enough with no sample size last year in the big league level that he would have came in at like 4 or 5, but he didn't. So I don't need to get too cute here. I want something with DeGrom. Maybe DeGrom's like you'll take the 6 or 7 to fill out a parlay. Maybe you'll take the 6. I don't know. He should go crazy. He should just go crazy. I just love the way I talk. Probably a nerfy. If we assume Grayson's not an 8.91 expected ERA pitcher because the Rangers are not the Dodgers. You just really don't know what to expect out of him, out of the major league level, right? Um, I guess we could kind of dabble with his like stuff plus or something. Stuff plus was 103 in short sample. Location was not. Pitching plus was not. And when we were looking at or did I close that tab? Uh, was hoping that we'd get here it is. Did Grayson where did Grayson come from? Like as far as um like didn't Fangraphs don't they usually list the AAA numbers? Did he come from like a different league? Was he like in Mexico or something? Jesus. Let's do some reading. By Dylan Cruz. Oh, whole Grayson. I don't know what to expect from Grayson Rodriguez. Like I'm toying with the idea of like a nerfy. He had Tommy. I know he had Tommy John, but like, where did he pitch before he like faced the Dodgers? Or not? It was something else. Like like when I went to his MILB profile, it like had a game log against like Ontario. Was that the um? I guess it's single A, and I don't know what is that Rochester? No, third Cal South. Basically, I'm like, what is the quality of opponent here to even go off of that? Because 11K is. Now I'm thinking about it, kind of crazy. I think I just have to not touch it, and we just need it to develop here, and that's what we're gonna do. So if you want to have fun, shoot for DeGrom, shoot for the moon. I don't know. Could we get a Jacob DeGrom no hitter in 2026? This would be the team to do it against. JT Ginn will let you know that. I don't know if Zach Neto can walk it off on him. Single A. Okay, so yeah, we can't one. We dang sure can't 1-to-1 that to the majors, but I don't know. Grayson was a big prospect pitcher, so somewhere in him was probably maybe a good pitcher, but coming off of a injury like that, you really never know. We see that so often where a guy that's supposed to be so good just collapses. Rockies in the D-backs, man. This is like old NBA, man. It's like the West Coast games might be where we're looking at for some offense. I gotta say, so far pre-flop on a Friday night, man, this slate seems kind of, I don't know. I don't have any strong leans and reads. But maybe stuff develops tomorrow in the daytime. Shigano. I do think I'm gonna like this game offensively, especially on the Diamondback side. Corbin Carroll, Arizonian for beer. Some of my favorite DFS memories are just stacking D-back or Arizona games. They have a fun broadcast. They always had like a fun team. And at the time the stadium was super hitter friendly. A little bit more neutral now, but the team's still fun. And the Rockies still suck. And their bullpen is still attackable. And Sagano has a 7.25 expected ERA. And D-back's going to put the ball in play. And Sagano is just really, really not great. Sure, you might look at cores for some of these metrics to deflate, but even in Chicago, go out there and attack them. With a 5-run total here, I'd imagine you're going to pay some juice on Corbin Carroll. Like, Corbin Carroll's probably defaulted to 3. If they even list that game yet. Sure. Oh my God, the lefty masher Diamondback, so much fun. Yeah, he's already at 3 there, so I could get behind Carroll at 2.5 over. Over. I feel like I'm doing radio traffic. Where does Corbin come in now that we've added 4.18, 17%? What's that all about? Yeah, I guess the ballpark's still stealing homers from lefties, but I'll take something here from Corbin. It's probably a spot on like a underdog or prize picks where we dip into taking the fantasy point overs, but I'm sure those ain't up yet. Dude, everything is so expensive on this slate too, as far as betting prices. All right, uh, something Corbin Carroll, something dark side. 1.5 over 2.5. We'll just leave it at that. Like I want both of those bets. I don't know how there's gonna be a better way for me to list that in the future, but yeah. Mike Soroka has a 32% K rate to righties. Hello? How? What? Why? What happened? Swing and strike rate has gone up 1%. That's probably not enough. I mean, I'll still take a 1 and 4, but 31 seems kind of crazy. What's happened here? He's throwing a slurve a lot more. Not always. He's throwing the fastball a lot less. Last year, 42% usage on that fastball against righties. This year, 25. And last year, that pitch had a 25%. Okay. Slurve was at 44. So it's just using a pitch that whiffs more. So I guess that makes sense. It's just a pitch mix adjustment. Sinker, cutter. He's added a cutter. All right, Mike. Yeah, the slurve is your new number one, and cut fastball to have 2 fastballs to show a hitter. All right, Mike. Let's go, Mike. Let's go, Mike. All that for nothing because the Rockies project to have 3 righties. And Hunter Goodman in his 28% K rate is one of them. I guess lefties 359 xFIP. The average is probably a little unlucky. I don't really want to pick on him here. So, I mean, I guess we look at a first 5. Usually we get better price on a first 5. That's 63% on the game total or money line. First 5. 55 cents. Yeah, that's more reasonable. Let's go first 5. What did we say that was? 50, 55. All right, first 5 for the D-backs. We'll take some Corbin Carroll. They might have Corbin Carroll up. Usually they have like the star player, and that's it. Yeah. 1.5 for Corbin Carroll's at 60 cents. That's what you expect. Me personally, I don't mind like doing that. I know some people freak out. I'll do it. 2.5 is at 44. So yeah, I'd probably pay the 60 cents. Jake, you know what I think it is? I think you you kind of convinced me to switch to this model over the American odds just for this, and it's like 60 cents, 50 cents. Yeah, it doesn't feel that bad. But when it's like minus 150 to minus 118, it just feels worse. I don't know. It's just so I'll take it. I'll take D-backs first five. I'll take something Corbin Carroll. There's probably a handcuff opportunity here with Ketel Marte. And Ketel's one of those guys you like him against really both sides of the play, right? Yeah. I think we throw Ketel in the mix too. Good little handcuff. Ketel Marte hits, run, RBI. So let's go 1.5. 2.5. 1 unit. Actually, we'll just leave it at that. 60 cents, one is 150. Same thing. Same thing, you know? Yeah. All right. It's not really. I mean, I imagine Soroka's not like cheap on strikeouts or anything. I got him at 6. I feel like K props start at 6 these days. It used to be. Yeah, I don't know. Not really. It's there. I just don't know if I want to sweat Mike Soroka strikeouts, but yeah. All right, y'all. Athletics and the Padres. Dude, I thought I was gonna have way more bets than this. Free flop. Shea Langoliers, pride of Baylor University. Ask me how I know that. I feel like the Athletics have been a team I've been betting with a lot lately as well. Mixed results. Results nonetheless. The southpaw Jeffrey Springs. He'll be on the bump throwing baseballs against the Padres, who will be led by Walker Buehler. Razor Rama. Walker Buehler. I don't know that I'm going to run here, but we'll see. Buehler. Homers to righties, 3 years running, almost an aggregate. Let's give him a 1.3. We'll stick to the 1.3 this season. Barrel rate 6%. Hard contacts 33%. Parks on his side. Has he got like a 14% home run to fly ball rate here? What's going on? Doesn't look like he should be giving up this many homers generally. Let's look at his batted ball to righties. See what's going on here. 13% home run to fly ball rate. Mita, you can't be doing that at home versus righty. 13%. Okay, all right. So he's just that's just who he is. What's up, Josh? Against lefties, 17% K rate. Now we love Carlos Cortez, Nick Kurtz. We especially love Nick Kurtz. And his home run per 9 to lefties is drop, but that looks like the opposite, the inverse of the luck against righties. Like, it doesn't look like he should have dropped like that. Yeah, 35% line drive rate to lefties. Mita, what's going on here? So, Nick Dramatic pause. Kurtz has a 28% K rate. That's the only thing that you could call a weakness against righties. Everything else is insane. Plus that 17.5% walk rate. So this looks like a really good spot for Nick to do something. Now this park generally doesn't play too well for lefty power as far as bombs go. But man, that 200 WRC plus. All right. Let's we want something with Nick. I gotta be careful saying his name. I don't know. I always hear horror stories about YouTube's auto auto mod. 2+ hits, runs, RBIs. Now we're talking here. Now we're something close to 50 cents. I'll probably look like an idiot tomorrow, but I mean everything lines up just right. Right? We neutralize his only hole. What am I saying right now? Let's put Nick. I just need to shut up for a minute. This is go 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Let's looks like he's gonna be about 51 cents. At least looking at DraftKings. I'm falling apart. Them lasers. Ooh, is that a bet? The home run laser prop. He's at 52 cents. That's probably like the most reasonable priced. So we'll take that. Same thing to handcuff him to. Cortez is a great OBP guy. He does sometimes get pinch hit for late in games. Do the Padres have lefties in the pen? And sometimes they just lead off with Nick, so we'll see. Oh, it's a Mason Miller. Ooh. All right. Well, we really need Nick to do that early on then. So they actually do have a lot of lefties. Three lefties and Mason Miller, who just eliminates. So it's an 8-inning ball game if it's if it's close. So those three lefties in a pen, it kind of takes me out of Cortez. Yeah, same odds. Well, I think yeah. So I'm not gonna touch Cortez here. Although I was gonna say maybe there's an under there, but this could be a Nick Kurtz leadoff spot. Soda Shrimp. So I don't want to go too deep here because there is a lot of lefties. If we turn them around, it hurts. So for Kurtz, we're really betting on him to do what he needs to do against Walker Buehler. And maybe there's like more juice in that on like a site that allows you to bet the first inning at like a Prize Picks Live. I don't think you can do that on Calci, huh? Hello, Daisy. How are you? Chad, you guys want a dog timeout? Hello. I guess you probably can't see her. Ugh. I adopted a dog a couple months ago, and she is literally she just come up to me because she wants a hug. Like that's it. When I wake up in the morning, she just stands up and hugs me. And then when I'm at the computer, she'll come up to me and just like, "Hey, it's hug time." So sometimes I'll pick her up, but I'm not gonna do it right now. All right, there's something there for me for Kurtz. I'm not gonna go too deep here. Padres could tighten this game up with a lot of lefties in the pen. and Mason Miller. So if you just get 5 out of Bueller, which could just be 2 at bats for Kurtz, honestly, that makes me kind of like not love that as much anyway. Jesus, you're like lucky to get 5 out of Bueller. I guess Coors, Cubs, Rockies. You might not even get 4 out of Bueller, and then is it too, is it too late to if we go after Kurt? I mean, I guess if Bueller gets hit out the game, right? It's probably because Nick Kurtz did something. So I'll take it. Where's he at on the bomb detector here? I think the park might neutralize him a little bit, but oh, Mickey, he's down there. Talking out of I'm kind of thinking about taking him off. Like, I don't want to pay 4 at bat pricing for what might just be 2 at bats. You know what I mean? Like, that might be more of like a live bet dart. Or if he did get to Bueller. I don't know. It's a hard park to homer in. It might be like put a quarter on over 2.5. You know what I mean? I like the Walker Bueller matchup. Don't love the 3 lefties and Mason Miller. So let's sharpen that up. I hate to do it, but we got to do it. Jeffrey Springs, 20% K rate. Padres, not much I want to write. Yeah, Padres are like the best worst team. Um, I'm not scared of the Athletics bullpen. So if you just want to grab some action from like a Machado, you have Miguel Andujar in the projected 2 hole. Is that real? If I was your bartender. Springs could. I don't know. Springs home run per night could also be elevated by the AAA ballpark that they play in Sutter Health. If Jeffrey Springs pitched every game in San Diego, he would only have 1 less homer, so it's not crazy. Yeah. Maybe the sharp move is some unders there. All right, only 1 game left. I'd say 10:15 p.m. White Sox and Tonasi. Minataka Murakami. Didn't spell Murakami correctly. Dude, is this like a 3-hour stream, bro? I didn't think this through. I'm just out here rambling, researching. But it's fun. Cause mine ain't working anymore. There's a little mercy. Amen. Yeah, I'm a big Shabuzi guy. We at least have 10 bets. I feel like I always try to lean on 10 bets. But this ain't been the most warm and fuzzy. I might just overpay. I'll have a lot of 60 centers. White Sox 3.6 implied run total. Giants 3.6 implied run total. Davis Martin 56 innings of work. Sub 1 whip. 3.67 expected ERA. 27% K rate. What happened to Davis Martin? Like, what is this? This glow up is insane. 17% carry rate to 27%, and he found 3% swing and strike rate. I guess that swing and strike rate looked a lot more like the year before, but I mean, 142 innings a sample. Kind of crazy. We'll figure out the curious case of Davis Martin. It's a lot of red right there. Look at this. At Davis Martin. Look at him doing it. Somebody say a prayer for me. Four seamers missing some more bets. Spin rate similar. Change up not so much. 52% whiff on the slider this year. 30% last year. What's that about? 25.45 on the spin rate versus 25.81. 87 versus 88. It's like he got rid of the sweeper that he only used 4%. He's using the cutter a bit more, right? 13% this year versus 2% last year. Cutter is a 22% whiff. I mean, he's got 50 pitches. Maybe that's just the play. It's not overpowering. It just keeps you guessing. And the Giants do have some strikeouts here, man. 21% aggregate K rate, but that's like so way down by Jung Ho Lee and Luis Ariz. Like one of those I guess I don't know if Price still does it where they would K prop the inning. Like you could take the under first inning and then like the over the second, third. um so that's interesting. What's his K prop? Oh, it's heavy juice on the over 5. Right at 6. So is Trevor McDonald. Well, again, another like really decent pitching day, man. It's like it's not aces, but it's not a bunch of super bums. Put this to an Oracle. I think it has the lowest game total of any game today. McDonald is giving up some homers, but he's still got a pretty high ground ball rate. I mean, I'm sure that's going to look well for Murakami and the bomb detector. But the bomb detector will neutralize it a little bit with the park, right? So he's not going to be super high. He's not. Oh my God, Hail Mary. There's really nothing to love there. I guess a nerfy. Oh my God, Hail Mary. Ain't got a prayer. And will be a run in the first inning. No 55 cents. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. White Sox, Giants, nerfy. 55 cents. What's up, Maurice? Doing all right? It's good to see you, dude. 1, 2. So we came out with 15 bets that we can kind of get behind. Maybe I'll try to add something as the day goes on tomorrow. And then like one of them is pretty weather impacted. What did we say about the Cardinals game? That is true too. Weather did kind of take away a few games from us, so I can't feel like too much of a B word. You know what I mean? uh, the Cardinals game. Oh yeah. Yikes. That game probably just doesn't happen, right? Yeah. That's probably going to take away 4 bets of ours. Fudge. But it is pretty far out. We'll see if that changes. If that does change, man, it's a pretty tight board today, man. Usually, I'm like, I got little game stacks and stuff going. This board's not the best. Carolina. It's just, I think, there's some weather and there's some really fine pitching. So pre-flop, nothing screaming at me, but we have seen a lot of scratches this season, this week. But yeah, story of weather, good pitchers, and yeah. So that's our research of this slate. Again, the idea is, I don't say the goal because it all depends on the demand, right? Like it has to make sense. So if you guys think there's something to this, I think ultimately what I would probably transform the show into, like if everyone was interested, I think the afternoon of is probably the best way. That way I have a robust board. It's live. We got some confirmed lineups. Like that's always kind of been where I think the live format's going to succeed the most. But it's like, are people interested? And usually for baseball, they're not. But since Kalshi is back, or since Kalshi's got me where I can come on here and research bets that I can play. Like I didn't love touting bets that I can't bet. So we could open back up NBA, NFL. We could just do all the sports again. But there has to be interest and it has to make sense. So if you guys are interested, I would love to see some comments in the chat. If you do want to buy access to the spreadsheet, hit me up on Twitter. And then, I mean, if there's interest in yet another betting like information and recommendation company, like I'd do it. I don't know. I just feel like I might be late to the party. So just let me know. I could be overthinking. I could be underthinking it. Twitter.com/Gundacker. I will probably do a couple more test streams within the next week. At least one more, if all goes well. But if we get some good feedback, I might make like a founder's subscription package to kind of get things launched, and then also have people rewarded with an entry. So I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. Let me end. But I appreciate you guys. If you wouldn't mind, hit that thumbs up before you get out of here. I am done. We're Research Friday. Maybe we'll do it again. Maybe we'll do it again tomorrow. Maybe. And if we did, it'll probably be another night stream. I don't know when like a day stream would start making sense, but it really just depends on the feedback here. So I appreciate everybody that randomly showed up live on a dormant channel that has been live in over a year. Yeah, interact with the video if you don't mind. Some engagement might help stir us back in the algorithm. Twitter.com/Gundacker. Appreciate y'all. I hit the wrong button. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah.